Hi there. Allow yourself to completely relax. I want you to just take 5 to 6 deep breaths and relax yourself completely. Sit back, wear loose clothing, and just sit back and take 5 to 6 deep breaths. As you inhale, I want you to imagine as if all good things in the life you are attracting, and as you exhale, you have to exhale all the toxicity away from your life and embrace the change. So now I want you to imagine where your timeline is. For example, the timeline is whether you see the future to the front of you, to the right of you, to the left of you, or does that timeline go through you? The timeline will have your past, present, and future. So it may be vertical, it may be horizontal. Determine where do you see your future. If you close your eyes, where exactly do you see your future? If you see it in front of you, that's called your future. Timeline is in front of you and is going through you. So see your timeline, whether it's left to right, front to back, whatever is your timeline. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to be right now. Be mindful of the present. You are there right now, whatever is today's date. Just be aware of it. And I want you now to look into your future. Look into the period that you've written in your goal sheet that I am going to achieve this by this so date. So that date, I want you to just as if you're in a time machine and you forward it to the future, and I want you to just go to your future and imagine that you are there on that date. You can see a calendar in front of you. Maybe you're in an office or you're at home, and the calendar gives you that date. You can see the date. It's an alarm, probably just beeps off, and you can see that date that you have set right now in front of you. The calendar says that date is so and so, whatever you have filled in your goal sheet, right? Now I want you to actually just see what has happened on that day. You had set a goal to be finalized by this day, to have been realized by that day, and actually you are disappointed in yourself that it actually did not happen. See yourself being disappointed, feel bad. I really want you to feel bad for all the efforts that you. I want you to sit back and totally relax yourself. Relax yourself, sit back, wear very loose clothing so that you are comfortable, your back is supported, and I want you to completely relax yourself by taking 5 to 6 deep breaths. As you take a breath in, imagine the goodness of nature coming into you. And as you breathe out, imagine the toxicity of your body is going out through each and every breath. I want you now to decide the timeline that you are in. Right now, you are in the present. You be mindful of this present moment. And if your future lies ahead of you, then your timeline goes through you, and in the front is your future, and behind is your back. If that is what your timeline is, decide your timeline is vertical. Your timeline can be horizontal also. That is, your future is to your right hand side and your past is to your left hand side. So you decide how do you want to visualize this. I want you to now sit in a time machine as if and go ahead in time as to the date that you have set for achieving your goal is there today. So if you've written, let's say for example, any imaginary date, let's say 23rd of August 2025. If it's a 4 year score, as on 2021 is what is today, and 2025, 30th of August, 23rd of August. So I want you to just go into the future as if you go forward into your timeline, see the date is there. You have a calendar as a proof where the date is showing of 2025. That is the timeline that you had set for achieving that particular goal. So I want you to see yourself that much time. It can be a 1 month, a week goal. It can be a 2 months, a 6 months, a 1 year, 5 year, whatever is the time that you've set to achieve the goal. I want you to be on that date, present on that time. Alright? And now you look at yourself and look at yourself completely properly and see that you have not achieved your goal. You've done nothing to achieve your goal, and the time has passed, time has elapsed, and you're there 6 months down the line and still nothing. I want you to feel the disappointment in you for not having achieved that goal. How does it feel? I want you to tell me the feeling. How do you feel about not achieving your goal that you had all done this exercise for, and you are there on that date on the future and you have not achieved? Now you're into the future and see the disappointment, feel the disappointment here, feel sorry for yourself. All that is there, the only person that is to blame is you. It's you and your goal, and you did not achieve it. I want you to feel bad. Seriously, I want you to feel bad about it. Now look back from that future to the present moment, and I want you to take a pen and a paper and write down there, I did not achieve my goal because, and fill in the blanks. You may write 10 reasons for not achieving the goal, but do write at least 5. You may go on writing, come on, do it. Go on writing as many reasons as you can find of not having achieved your goal, and how disappointed does that make you feel today. I want you to hear the voices of people around you who have so many expectations from you, and you have failed those expectations. You failed to do what they expected you to do, and you failed miserably. I want you to feel that right now. So from the future, look back at the present and write the reasons. The reason that I did not achieve my goal is because. Alright, okay. Now, again, as a timeline can be forwarded, it can be retracted as well. So I want you to come back from that 6 months, 1 year, 5 year. Come back. Sit in the time machine and come back to the present moment. And now I want you to again try this. Again, go forward, sit into a time machine and go forward and see yourself 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, 5 years down the line, whatever date you had set for achieving that goal, and see yourself actually achieving that goal. And yes, whatever you had set, you see yourself into the situation when you have achieved the goal. How do you look? See yourself looking like that. How do you dress? See yourself, see your body language, so the way you move, the kind of compliments that you hear with people had expectations out of you, and yes, you've met those expectations. What kind of joy and happiness does that make you feel within your body? How great do you feel? I want you to feel that happiness. I want you to feel that sense of achievement right now within yourself. I want to hear all the compliments. Will hear all the compliments from people around you, what they will say when you have achieved that, how great, what respect that you will earn when you've achieved this. I want you to hear those compliments right now, and let that feeling of achievement literally sink into your body. Each cell, each nerve, each muscle, each bone of your body should jump in joy with that happiness of having achieved something. So I want you to soak it into that moment right now, and now look back into your past, that is today, and now write down, I achieved my goal because tuck 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 tuck, write down 5 points you could achieve your goal. Why? Because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever number of reasons that you can. I want you to feel the happiness at achieving your goal, and write that right down with you. So now come back to the present moment, and open your eyes, and now you will find that you have two paths, two roads. One, you've traversed both, the one that where you don't achieve anything, and another path where you have achieved that. So the first path is actually a pain, right? The first path where you found yourself, surprisingly the time will pass, time will elapse, the time will come, whether you achieve or not, that day will come in, and then you see yourself not achieving, the disappointment, that is a pain point, that is called the pain that is there in your life, right? And the second road, the second path is the pleasure, where you have actually gone in and achieved that and experience the pleasure of achievement. So your subconscious will always move towards pleasure and always will bypass the pain. So that is what I want you to visualize, both the roads, before deciding which road would you want to travel to. Open your eyes and just relax.